It's the morning drive. It's Mira Business FM. My name's Tim Elliott. Good morning. And you are maybe watching us at mirabusiness.fm. Could be with us on YouTube where we are streaming, or Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Insta, or Rumble, or Dailymotion, or Twitch, or who knows, but wherever you are watching or listening, welcome. info@mira.fm is the email address to contact us, and to contact us directly in the studio here, whatsapp.mira.fm. Type that into your browser. It will bring up the WhatsApp box. Get in touch. Subscribe and let us know what you think. We do appreciate it. Now, entrepreneurial success next on the program. This is an extraordinary story. It's the story of Lourds Adalia, I should say, Evertse. I hope I've got that right. I'm not looking at her on purpose, just in case I didn't. But she is a Filipina entrepreneur who didn't just survive the pandemic. She used it as an opportunity to successfully launch and scale her restaurant business here in Dubai. Grew it to 3 branches, employed 45 fellow Filipinos who were kind of displaced by COVID, and has earned an international award into the bargain. Now, that is turning a crisis into a commercial success story. Lourds, lovely to meet you.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Let me just ask you, in your words, we were talking off air there, how do you rate yourself out of 10 today?
Actually, 9.5.
Ah, well, that's good news. I like this because we were talking just now, just to give some context to this, we were talking about greeting people and engaging with people and stuff like that, and you go to work and you don't say, how are you, and kind of quickly move past the guys that you work with. You ask people to rate themselves, and in doing so, you start a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Because if someone answer 5, then it's a worry for me because something is going on with that person. Then how can you engage? How can you help his or her day better?
Yeah, that I think is a really good thing. I'm going to use that. I hope you don't mind if I steal it.
No worries.
Let's start with you, Lourds, because you first came to Dubai as a fresh graduate. You're a young person looking to, do something with your life, looking at the future, like lots of expat workers that come here, of course. Talk me through the early days, first of all, when you first arrived.
Yeah, so right after college graduation, I came to Dubai with my sister. In a Filipino community, once someone is working abroad, then the others will follow. That's how we are in our culture. So when I was 19, I knew already that I will go to other country. I will go abroad. And then, I started from the beginning, meaning, I started looking for a job at young age. I came at May 2007. So, it's going towards the summer. So I experienced handing over CV and then having an interview to hotels, to offices. And so I got a job in the hotel as a receptionist. And then, it didn't work out. I moved to another company, which I work as an admin. And then recession happened during that time. So I lost my job, look for another one. It's like a journey of looking for a job and one another to another. And then I got my break when I became a founding member of one of the largest business setup here in the UAE. So I was a founding member, and we only started 2 owners and 2 employees.
Okay.
So that's how it started. And then over the course of time, we have grown the team to to hundreds of employees. So I think that's how I gain most of my experience in a corporate world, because then I understand how it is to set up a business. What are the do's and don'ts? And, I've seen like big companies started small and became, a big company now.
It gives you the opportunity, doesn't it? If you're really in what do they call it? In with the bricks in a business, you get to experience all these different things and bank kind of the memory of that, the experience of that.
Yeah, that's true. And I think if anyone are listening who are an employee right now, so try to learn everything when you are in that company, because later on you can use that knowledge when you start your own business.
No, absolutely. So you're also, I should point this out early on, we've been talking about this over the course of this week. I don't know what's happened in here this week. You are number 6 in our ever-increasing list of triathletes
Oh,
in the
really?
studio. Yeah, I don't know what it is, literally every day. Faraj is nodding behind his desk there. He's actually online trading. He's not pushing any buttons for the studio. He's buying and selling. But we've had, I think, a triathlete every day for the last 6 days. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's unbelievable. So congratulations on that. So you go through all of these stages. You get to the level of chief operating officer for this
Yeah.
business setup company. And then you decide, I'm going to do something else. And then it's COVID. So timing wasn't on your side, was it?
You know, I always say, even if you plan things in your life, even if I prepare, it took me over a year to finally quit my job because it's something that I have a stable job. Why will I quit? A lot of my friends are telling me, are you crazy? Why are you leaving your job? But I believe that I told myself, I don't want to be forever employee. You know, you have a goal. I have a goal. One day, I want to be an entrepreneur also. So I planned things, I resigned, and then I co-founded the restaurant Spice Grill in Al Majas waterfront in Sharjah. Then we signed up the lease and everything. Who would have thought when I left my job and we're doing the construction, COVID happened, lockdown happened. So did I get stressed? Absolutely. But the thing is, you know, the resilience of never stopping. Because why will I stop? I quit my job already. There's no turning back. Then it's either you do 100% or you just cry. But in the end of the day, it's a matter of you being brave. Just go for it. Because that's how life is. Life is hard. It's never going to be easy. But it's up to you how you put in your head, how you will survive that. And over the course of 5 years, I strongly believe that, you know, we have overcome, we have grown into 3 locations.
I love that because I'm kind of swept along with you there, but not many people have that kind of attitude. A lot of people would, okay, so you leave a really well-paid, great position, it's a great corporate job, you're at the top of the tree kind of thing. COVID hits, nobody knows what's going to happen, and none of us did at that time. It was a completely different time. You're trying to fit out a new restaurant, it's a new business. A lot of people will be like, oh,
And
that's
it's 250 seating. So I'm mad. We're crazy.
I have to say, I'm going to back you up on that because you said that first. I mean, that's lunacy, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's a lot of pressure
Yeah, it
with
is.
that, but it's the way you adapt to that pressure. And I'm interested in, you know, your mindset, your ability to deal with that because I'm not sure I could. For sure.
Anyone can. I think it's a choice. Being ready to do something, it's not a feeling, it's a choice. So I made a decision to quit my job and start a business. Then definitely, depending on that person, you can also make your own choice.
So good to hear, so positive for an early morning. How did you get to the point where you successfully launch, you know, the physical restaurant? You expand it to 3 branches. Because at this time, particularly when you first opened the restaurant, you know, lots of food businesses were shutting down.
Yeah.
It was a real struggle, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 2020, when we opened the restaurant, so of course we had a PR company on how we will launch our business because I believe that you need to have a powerful story, why people will love your brand. So that's the time when we hired a PR company and we were having a brainstorming. And then when we said, you know, the staff that we hire are the people who lost their job during pandemic. And they said, that's your story. Don't launch like 2 Filipinas because I have a co-founder who's a chef. Don't open a restaurant that there are 2 Filipinos who open a restaurant during the time of pandemic. Use that story because people love story. People will support when everything are closing down, you're doing something great. And yeah, that's the start. But actually, uh, over the course of 3 years, it took 3 years for us to expand. Because when you're a product of pandemic, it's not like the following year you can expand immediately. We thoughtfully and carefully decide okay, we're stable in Sharjah. It's a 250 seating. The location is good. We establish our footfall there. Then on year 4, that's the time we expand in Al Ghurair Mall. And then in the beginning of the year and towards the end of the year, we expand in Dubai, Burjuman Mall. Because when you establish your presence in Sharjah, then it's time for you to move in Dubai. Again, it's a mindset of not rushing things. You plan accordingly because I've seen in the restaurant, they are so well known on the first year, they expand rapidly.
Yeah.
But you need to carefully think about this. It's not always about rushing things.
Yeah, it's not about overexpansion, is it? I kind of get you. But the thing is, so you have a great story, and you're helping people from the community, which is a good thing to do. And I guess you've got staff that appreciate that, and that goes into the business as well, which is a good thing. But you have to have a strong core offering. It is a restaurant. The food has to taste great. It has to be a place that people want to come to. So what was it about the offering that really worked and continues to work?
Yeah, number one is the restaurant. It's about experience. Meaning, when you go to the restaurant, you'll feel home, and also the way how we present our food. There is a wax paper on the table. We dump the seafood. You eat with your hands. So it's about connection with someone, because you can go to other restaurant and you have spoon and fork. You start taking your phone and chatting. But this is about, you have gloves. You start talking. It's connection with your family. That's number one. Number two, I think one of our assets is our team, because we carefully select our team who will fit in our culture. Meaning, you will see when you go to our restaurant, I'm proudly say that majority of my team members, they're happy. We have high Google review, because it's about when you enter in the restaurant, if you see that the person is, not greeting or not smiling, you can feel already whether that person is happy in the workplace, because that's very important.
The service makes a huge
Yeah.
difference in restaurants. No, it does. So it was a decision, wasn't it, to have this kind of ethos about the restaurant, this kind of style that you could be messy. Don't
Yeah.
leave your phone on the table unless you want it to be covered in seafood juice. I get that. But also this decision to hire Filipino staff, from your community. That kind of cultural element there, people who'd lost their jobs, that focus, I think is really important.
Yeah, when we interviewed over 200 applicants, we've heard all their story. Like, they're not getting their salary, they couldn't send money back home to the Philippines and stuff. So we were touched with all their story. And by the way, most of them are working in a five-star hotel, in a big restaurants. So imagine, those are the people who are really well-trained and lost their job. They are thinking of going back home. But giving them the chance, it's something that, we're really proud of. And I remember one of the employee during the pandemic, so we hired them. We were training them, and she got an offer from one of the big hotel in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And then she told me, no, I'm not going to move, because when the time that no one is helping me, Spice Grill were there. And now, even though I have a bigger offer, I will stay with you. And as of today, she's still with us.
That's a nice thing, isn't it? That must make you think, this is I'm doing the right thing. I'm in the right
yeah.
business. Okay. And let's jump to September this year. The significance for you won a global FWN 100 award. So you're the sole recipient from the UAE. Congrats, of course. But what does this award signify for the Filipino community in the Emirates?
This FWN award is an organization based in the USA. So they are recognizing Filipino women who excel in their field, in leadership, and who's contributing in the community. And one of the awardee nominated me early this year. So when I received the nomination, there is a panel interview. So it's not just, okay, Lourds, you're selected, you go to the US. No, it's a meticulous panel interview, checking about your background. What are you really like adding value to the community, or inspiring others, or have you added anything in the Filipino community? So yeah, and then when I got in, I believe that it's an opportunity for me. It's a once in a lifetime that I should go there. So I received the awards in San Francisco, and it's something that I'm proud of, because I never thought that majority of the members in that organization are like Supreme Court judge, Filipino American in the USA. So it's like famous actress in theater. So to be part of the group, it's something that I'm proud of, and it's something that, if you want to achieve something, you work hard towards it.
The thing about these awards, isn't it, that they're aimed at Filipino women in business, so it's recognition for a number of things, for leadership qualities shown, for innovation, for community action, community engagement. How did you feel, though? 'Cause you go through the process and you get there, you get the award. A lot of people are a bit, awards, I don't know. How did you feel?
Yeah, I think it's about, if there's an organization, you need to see also who are there. Like who are in the board member. We have a famous lawyer from the Philippines who is a board member. So the credibility of that organization, it's there already. And then going through the process of interviews, it's more of checking what I have done. For example, I have contributed in terms of my work from the previous company of helping entrepreneurs during their business setup. And then second, when I help majority of the Filipinos during when we opened the restaurant during pandemic. So again, it's another helping in the community. And then my story of being a triathlete, because for me, I was a smoker for 18 years. I quit smoking 3 years ago and started running a marathon and doing triathlon. So again, I added value in terms of inspiring others.
Okay, what led to the kind of life change? You know, the quitting smoking. What was there a moment where you thought, no, I've got to change here?
Uh, I, I always tell myself, if not now, then when? When I quit my job, if not now, when? When I quit smoking, it was an addiction that it's honestly it's difficult to stop. But I said, I don't want my kids to think that smoking is normal. So it's either I quit now or not. Then I quit smoking and then I started doing running. I joined running group in Marina. And then, we always aim for more. I signed up for 5K and then 10K. Then I didn't sign up for 21K. I jumped to full marathon. That's how a goal getter I am. Then I said, okay, I signed up for a local race. No, I'll make myself crazy. No, I'll sign up for Berlin Marathon, world major. Then I told my husband, come with me, support me for this. And he said, I hate running. Then he started running also. So I think start from your home. And now I'm doing triathlon. I did 70.3 and I signed up for full Ironman next year. And my husband has just finished T100 earlier, last week.
So you're a person who's kind of, your feet first, don't you? In you go, jump in, give it a go.
Yeah, it's like have a goal. If that's your goal, then what you need to do, no matter how you reach that, just work towards it and then make sure you'll reach that goal.
Let me go back to the business for a moment because I'm interested in the challenges. You have to manage operations across a number of locations, Dubai and Sharjah. You've got to think about the quality of the restaurant. You've got to think about running the business. You've got to motivate staff. Sounds like that's kind of a given with lots of your staff. But talk me through the challenges and how you handle those challenges.
One is to make sure to train your heads you're in charge in each location. Because I cannot do all. I'm not gonna do micromanage and checking what's the temperature in the kitchen here and there. So we have a training program for the heads. We also I also have make sure to have a weekly meeting with the heads. So I start from the top. So making sure that whatever I teach them, they will delegate it to the rest of the team.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because you don't complicate things.
See, I was expecting lots of different answers and motivational speeches, but I love that because it's just I tackle it head on and I delegate. Well, lots of people don't do that, I think.
Because if we're thinking so many things, your mind will gonna be all over. So just think of one thing. What do? I make sure to talk to the heads every time.
I love it. I love the smile as well. So let me talk about the future a little bit. We've got a couple of minutes more. What's next for you, first of all? I've read a little bit about you getting into the drink space. You've got a healthy drink for kids coming. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so, okay. When I'm cycling in Al Qudra, so I have my own headspace, 2 hours cycling in Al Qudra, I told myself, what's next? I want, the Spice Grill is already established. You just need to maintain. What's next? And then I said, I want to solve a problem. So I'm thinking, what problem can I solve? And I remember my kids, they love soda. You give them 5 dirhams, they go to the supermarket and buy soda. I said, there should be an alternative for this. So, I did a research, and then I did a focus group discussion with parents to back up my idea whether if there will be a healthier alternative soda drinks for kids with no caffeine, no added sugar, and with vitamin blends, will they take it? Majority of them said yes, because you cannot avoid them having fizzy drinks or what. It's just be mindful or be careful what you give them. So, and then I spoke with Flavor House Company, and I managed to get the recipe. The problem now is, I spoke with different factory here in the UAE. If you're not big names, the MOQ or the minimum order quantity, they're not going to give you. They want like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
For a startup like me, it's very difficult because this is like we're going to be funded by me first, building the brand. Would you believe that I'm going to fly to Muscat over the weekend to meet the factory there? So that's how driven I am.
Well, having talked to you for, 15 minutes, yes, I would believe it, to be completely honest. It
So,
really
yeah.
doesn't surprise me. So that's your next thing. But it's not as though, you seem to meet, issues with that kind of an issue is an opportunity, a problem is an opportunity attitude. That seems to be
Yeah.
how you face things.
It's like this. If you want to start a business, think of a problem. Think of a problem that you need solution. That's how you should think about it. And then over the course of time, when you're building it, there will be a lot of problems. But again, it's your mindset. How are you going to deal with it? If you, like for example, if I spoke with 3 factory here, if I stop, then it's not gonna happen. But I never stop. I keep sending emails and checking. And then one company from Muscat replied to me. I said, okay, I'm gonna let's deal with this. Let's have a contract, and then I'm going to.
Well, good for you. Muscat's very nice at this time of year as well, so fair enough. Final question for you. We're nearly out of time, but what motivates you, Lourds?
For me, my motivation is my mindset and my goal. Meaning, like what I tell you earlier, like it's the end of the year and it's a good opportunity for everyone to think about your goal for next year. So whatever your goal for next year, just work towards it. Take one step at a time and don't compare with others because your journey is different from my journey. And that's the problem with a lot of people. It's too much drama. Let's forget about that and focus with yourself because that's what I do.
Well, I'm hoping that you'll come and visit us once the drink's up and running, once you're back from Muscat, and join us again. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Lourds Adalia-Evertse is the co-founder and managing director of Spice Grill UAE, joining us here at Mira Business FM.